Hi, VolleyON. Welcome into another athlete spotlight. Today, we've got Campbell with us. He is a senior. He plays at Wave Volleyball Club down in San Diego, where I actually coach also. And he's headed to UC Irvine in the fall. For those of you that don't know me, my name is Rachel Morris. I run the social media for VolleyON, and I'm here just to do an interview with Connor as one of our spotlight athletes. So, Connor, welcome. Thank you for being here with us. All right, let's jump right into it and ask you a couple questions. So my first question for you is, do you have a favorite volleyball memory?
I'd say definitely when we're having our winter classic in Anaheim. At this point, I already knew I was going to go to UC Irvine, but I looked over to my left at one point and I saw like four UCI players just strolling in to come watch. I don't remember exactly who. I think it was Akil, Johnny. But it was really cool to just see them come to watch. I was just like, wow.
That's got to be so cool, like
Yeah,
knowing that that's where you're going and you have like all players coming to see you and support you already, even though you're not on campus yet.
yeah,
That's
it's awesome.
it's pretty rad. All right, did you play any other sports before you decided that you were going to just stick with volleyball?
Yeah, I played soccer for probably about 10 years. I was the goalie, the tallest one, of course. But it was easy to just, I didn't even have to dive sometimes. I just stretch out and get the ball.
That's fun. I played soccer too. It was so much fun.
Yeah.
Okay, so like we've said a couple times, you're heading to UC Irvine. Do you have any recruiting tips for younger athletes, especially our younger boys, because it's so much different than what our girls go through? Do you have any tips for them?
For my process was I really try to reach out through email a lot to a lot of coaches because you're not going to get a response if you just text a coach and they don't know who you are. So you have to introduce yourself, say your club and all that. Just get them to know you and then maybe go from there and get them to come to your games or practices. And it's really helpful.
Perfect. That's a great piece of advice. Okay, any crazy or just normal, whatever you want, pregame rituals or routines?
I listen to pretty much one song anytime before a game. It's Eminem, Lose Yourself. It's a great hype song for me. I really like it.
Yeah. Well, that answers our next question with your favorite hype song. Lose Yourself is such a good one. I remember like putting it on so many high school warm up song like mixes and all that kind of stuff.
Yeah.
Okay, so we're in quarantine, obviously. Have you binged watched any Netflix series, and is there anyone that you're embarrassed to say that you've watched?
Personally, I haven't, but I know my parents and my sister have watched Tiger King and that whole thing, and I don't even want to get started on that, so I'll just stay away from that one.
I did not watch it until probably like a week ago, and it's pretty wild. Like,
Yeah,
really wild. My brother and I came up with the idea that we think all the guys who play in like Grown Ups and those like all those characters should remake Tiger King. So
that'd be crazy.
I think it'd be really funny. Okay. Do you have a favorite volleyball athlete, college or professional?
I'd say probably the one guy I looked at a lot was Kofi from UCLA. I actually got to visit UCLA on an unofficial visit, and I saw like their whole locker room. But I just like watching Kofi. He's just a different kind of player. He gets so high up in the air; it's just crazy to watch.
Yeah, he's crazy
Yeah.
athletic. All right. If you could have dinner with anyone in the world, who would it be and why?
I'd probably say Elon Musk because he's probably the leading guy in the world in technology and innovation and all that stuff. And it's crazy to see the technologies he's come out with and his company. They just tried to launch yesterday SpaceX. It got delayed, but
Yeah,
it's just crazy. Like that's the next frontier for space.
yeah,
Be cool
that's
to talk to him.
that's crazy. That's such a good answer. Um, do you have a favorite pair of shoes that you own?
For volleyball, I actually prefer Asics over Nike or Adidas. They just feel different. But in general, I like any kind of Vans, Converse, those kinds of shoes. Yeah.
Perfect. All right, I got a couple more for you. If
Cool.
you could only eat one thing for the rest of your life, what would it be?
Wow. I guess I'd have to get some greens in there. So probably a chicken Caesar salad or something like that.
Yeah, that's
Mix
balanced.
of everything. Yeah.
That's a good answer. Um, What are you most excited for with college?
I'd probably say the first day I step on that court for a practice, let alone a game, will be insane. But just to get in that mindset, like, okay, I'm finally here. Let's get some work in, kind of thing. Have the support of my teammates and coaches would be awesome.
Have you always wanted to play collegiate volleyball, or was there a while there that you were like, I'm going to go soccer? I've played soccer for so long. And
Yeah, I only started playing volleyball 2 years ago, and I was really into soccer. I had some reach outs with like D3s for soccer, but one of my coaches for high school, Miss Garcia, and her husband, they actually made a club I was in before Wave, Point Break, and they really exposed me to how much I can love this game. And from there, I was like, okay, I want to keep doing this. It's just a different feeling.
that's awesome. And that's good. That's like a good kind of thing to tell our younger athletes is like there's still chances and still hope even if you start playing any sport later in your life. I think that so many people think like I have to start playing when I'm 9 or 10 or 12 or whatever. And for boys volleyball it's a little bit different, but even for girls, like I've talked to girls that didn't start playing until their freshman year and now going to play in the Pac-12. So don't be discouraged if you're starting a little bit later than the norm.
Sure.
That's great. Okay, my last question for you is what is a random thing about you that doesn't relate to volleyball that people might not know?
I love, or I used to love reading so much so that I read the Harry Potter series 4 times in a matter of 2 years.
That's so crazy. Have you been to the Wizarding World of Harry Potter at Universal Studios?
Yes, I have, and I'm actually going to try to go there again soon with a friend from Texas.
Fun. I've never been there. I'm a big Disney kid, but I love all that stuff. So I
Yeah,
really
it's really cool.
All right, Connor. Well, thank you so much for joining us. We're fired up that you are one of our Spotlight athletes. I'm sorry that your senior season has kind of gotten cut short, especially on the high school side. That's such a bummer.
Yeah.
But good luck at UCI. I hope that that goes incredibly well for you, and I know that we'll be following you and watching you.
Well, thank you.
All right. Thanks, Connor.
Yeah.
Have a good day.